I'm Sara Jenkins, and this is my new cookbook written with my mother, The 4 Seasons of Pasta. We took the approach that pasta, even though traditionally we don't think about it as seasonal, it is actually seasonal, and it's the way Italians cook with it. You sort of decide, hey, tomato season is great, I'm going to make pasta di pomodoro. It's fall, it's cold, I'm going to make a lot of ragu. Today I'm going to make agnolotti with lamb sausage and mustard greens. We take ground lamb meat, which we have here. If you had a great source for merguez sausage, you could skip all this and just use merguez sausage. I add parsley, because everything needs parsley. I add a little bit of dried Mediterranean oregano, Greek oregano. Some ground cumin, some ground coriander, some Aleppo pepper, a little bit of harissa for that North African flavor profile. So you just kind of mix it in, you don't have to worry too much about it, blend it all in a little bit, and now we're gonna go cook it. So we're back in the kitchen and we're gonna cook the sauce. Generally this lamb is kind of so fatty already that I don't really bother to put any oil down in the bottom of the pan. Sometimes when you cook sausage, you want a really high heat because you're trying to get a sear on it and get that kind of crispy texture. But that's not what we're going for here, and we get our crispy texture with the pasta when we toss it with the toasted breadcrumbs. I would say, obviously you're not going to have a pasta cooker. You're looking for about a couple tablespoonfuls, maybe a quarter cup of water. Abruzzese thing, we add a little bit of heavy cream. Again, probably just a couple tablespoonfuls. I'm going to drop the pasta now. Set my timer. So the pasta takes about 13 minutes to cook. Obviously, whatever pasta you're using could change. And that's about the time it sort of takes to render out and cook out the sauce. It's been about 11 minutes. The sauce is nicely cooked down. All right, and at this point, right before we add the pasta, the hot pasta, I'm gonna add the greens and let them wilt a little bit. We use mustard greens in this, but any bitter green would work just fine. Broccoli rabe or, God, I've even used turnip tops sometimes, so anything bitter and tasty. So Italians tend to like their greens really, really super cooked, and I go back and forth on that. And so my idea with this is that these are just a little tiny bit wilted, right? And you still have some of the nice bite. But if you were going to use something harder or tougher like a broccoli rabe, you would probably need to blanch that first. The pasta's done. I like to leave a little residual pasta water with it. A little cheese, right? And then some breadcrumbs. Thank you so much for watching. This is the agnolotti with lamb sausage and mustard greens from my new cookbook, The 4 Seasons of Pasta.